Hey, ladies and gents, this is Glyos coming at you from PowerLordsReturns.com, and what I have for you today is a review of the Skeleton Warriors Kickstarter figures. This is Baron Dark, and he was put out by George Gaspar and Eileen Gaspar as part of their Skeleton Warriors Kickstarter. Through October Toys. And this is the box that Baron Dark comes in. Very nicely done. It also shows that these are Glyos compatible figures, so you can take them apart and put them together with other lines like the Four Horsemen's Outer Spacemen, the Four Horsemen's Power Lords, anything Glyos compatible. So let me open this guy up, show you what he looks like. Baron Dark sounds like a stout German beer, but he's actually an evil skeleton commander from the old Skeleton Warriors TV show. Comes right out of the packaging, so it's collector friendly, and you don't have to worry about not being able to put them back in, because you can put them back in, take them out, do all that kind of cool stuff. I always like collector friendly packaging. So let's see here. Let's see. I've got just what's going on. I got to get a center of gravity right. It's not a really good test of how well he stands, because I think he stands just fine on a flat surface, but I've got some sand here, so it makes it a little bit more difficult to stand. The first thing you'll notice is that he is about 5 inches tall, and he's a towering, imposing presence at 5 inches, especially over other Glyos lines, and he's got great sculpting and great paint. You can see a lot of intricate details, and he comes with this really neat sword that has a bone motif on it. So he's got skulls, he's got one on his chest, he's got skulls that line the edge of his cape there. He's got a nice wash, so all the bone details really come out nicely, and he looks really evil. He's also pretty nicely articulated, especially for a Glyos figure, so you can see how the joints work. You've got the knees there, you've got the hips, you've even got some ankle articulation, and because he's Glyos compatible, he can come apart. And I guess I never saw the Skeleton Warriors show, but I guess in that show you would blast these skeletons and they'd fall to pieces and then they'd come back together. Now, this is a sword. One of the things that I noticed about the sword is that it fits nicely in the hand, and he's able to wield it there. But let's just say he gets blasted with an energy blast or something. Pow! His head falls off. His arms, his cape falls off. His arms can come off, and that's one of the. They're nice and snug, so they won't fall off accidentally. But one of the cool things about these Glyos compatible figures is that you can mix and match them with other figures, create new characters, and it just kind of adds to the fun. But as you can see, it comes out in all these multiple pieces. It's got the little loincloth there, the spine comes off, it comes off at the hips, and the knees as well. So it seems to be really sturdily made, so you don't have to worry about breakage, which is good because, you know, often when you're talking about skeleton figures, some of the appendages are thin and, you know, they can break. But no worries here. Oops, see, I forgot to put his loincloth on. Got another skull there. He really rocks the skull motif. Skulls everywhere, so very, very metal character. Oops, now I forgot to put back his cape. So see how easy it is to take apart, put back together, and keep on fighting. Cool deal. Wait, let me see there. I'm trying to get that into the joint. With that satisfying pop that Glyos always makes when you put it back together. There you go. There you go. So that is Baron Dark. Now, I think they're going to do another Kickstarter, and I think the next main figure that they're going to be doing is Grimskull, which is another really cool looking character. But let me show you something else that came with this Kickstarter that I got. I got the glow-in-the-dark skeleton. Now, you could get the regular bone, I think they were calling these bone skeletons, which is a plain skeleton with none of the accoutrements and then no cape, no loincloth, just a basic, nicely articulated 5-inch skeleton. This one glows in the dark, and there's another one that I didn't get, which I kind of regret, that is bone. And he's a little bit smaller than Baron Dark, because Baron Dark is the big bad. And but he's also Glyos compatible, a lot of fun, has all the same joints, stands easily, or would stand easily if he wasn't standing in sand. So, and the glow, I tested the glow in the dark, and it works really, really well. So let me show you some of the fun that you can have with this guy. I have some other glow-in-the-dark Glyos compatible figures here from the Outer Spaceman line that the Four Horsemen had. And so I thought that it would be fun to mix and match these guys, and show you how I can make sort of a space skeleton out of the same parts. Just take the neck joint, snap that in there. Nice and snug, right? You got a mini skeleton space guy. Take the arms out and snap the skeleton arms in. I always kind of like the idea of bone spacemen. Space. Take these legs out. Switch in the skeleton legs. Hold on. Really, really nice and snug here. You know what? I think this would look better if I took the spine piece and use that to lengthen the torso a bit. Head popped out, so I'm put that back on. And snap the crotch piece onto the bottom of the torso so the proportions look better. And then you have space skeleton with the staff. This guy is a neat looking configuration and a unique character now, because you combine Outer Spacemen with skeleton warriors. So that's just an idea to show you how the Glyos compatibility works with some other lines. But let me show you this. I like the 5-inch scale because you can take a lot of the vehicles from other lines. Oops. And this is a custom vehicle that I made out of a broken Matrix action figure thing, but he fits in there nicely. So yeah, you can take, vehicles from other lines, and use these guys on them. So it's kind of cool. Let me show you what that looks like. See? He fits where any similarly scaled figure would fit. So, like I said, Glyos compatible. Let me show you something else that came with the Kickstarter. Some nice little bonuses. You got this piece of art. I think that's Grimskull there. There's Baron Dark, and there's some other assorted skeletons. Hopefully they'll do more. October Toys will do more Kickstarters so we can fill out the ranks of the Skeleton Warriors. We also got a 20th anniversary collection Skeleton Warriors mini comic. Not a mini comic per se, but a mini comic format. It talks about the history of the line, shows some concept art, nice glossy paper. They did a really good job on this as well. So you have your history of the Skeleton Warriors there. Finally, one last figure that I got, and I'm about to open it for the first time, is they brought to us with cooperation of Matt Dowdy from O'Neill Design. And this is the all-new character called the Traveler Skeleton. And he looks really cool. He's also he's more of a regular sized Glyos figure. He comes with this neat little axe, and I think this is the first actual weapon that has come with Matt Dowdy styled figure. He comes with a separate set of arms and legs, and he comes with a duplicate head here. But you know, he's pretty much perfect in this configuration. I don't think I'll ever really take him out of that, but he can hang out with, here's Calgrim. He's the right size to hang out with these guys. He might be my favorite character of the whole line. It's kind of cool how they did that. I like the duality there. The face. This is a separate armor piece. Now you got the hands. You've got separate armor pieces overlaying the boots. Just all this really, really neat detail, and I think they just totally knocked this figure out of the park. So I'm very, very happy with the way the Kickstarter figures came out for the Skeleton Warriors line, and I just don't see how they could have done a better job. I mean, the paint is spot on, the articulation is great, the detail of the sculpt, the quality of the plastic, everything is pretty much what you'd expect, and you can have a ton of fun with these guys, taking them apart, putting them back together again. Like I said, my only regret is that I didn't get the bone skeleton, which I think would have been a nice addition to the line. But next time, I think they also have skeletons available on the October Toys website that you can order. So if they haven't sold out, so if I were you, I'd go and check that out, and then get on board whenever they start up the next Kickstarter, so you can add these characters to your Glyos universe. If you haven't already hopped on board the Glyos universe, it's a revolution in toy making started by Matt Dowdy and all kinds of independent toy designers using the compatibility function so you could mix and match figures. It's just a ton of fun. This is Armor. This is Calgrim. Now Traveler Skeleton, who might be my favorite, and Baron Dark. So hope you enjoyed the review, and signing off from PowerLordsReturn.com.